Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Tuesday Night Bully Talk. We've got a very special guest this evening. We have had the opportunity to meet this gentleman on multiple occasions at several shows, and so I really want to dig into his history of this program. Without further ado, we'd like to give you the opportunity to introduce yourself, give us your kennel name, and how you got into bullies in the first place.
Okay, my name is Yuri Wallace, one half of New South Kennels, located here in Kentucky. Been into the bullies since about 2010-ish. Been in the show ring since about 2012. Started out on the East Coast in Maryland with my first kennel group. We were short bullies at the time. And then I relocated to Georgia for a little while. Well, I had the idea of New South Kennels, but I actually didn't take off with it till probably almost about 4 years ago. And I'm still short bullies to the fullest. That's still my family and everything. But now I have New South Kennels and everything going on. So just building a brand.
Nice. I see you got a lot of hardware in the background there.
That's most of the stuff from the beginning of this year and the end of last year. So the rest of it, baby made me box it up and get it out of the living room. She said,
it's like taking over the entire house.
Yeah.
Good problems.
I know, it's a terrible problem to have. Is one of us echoing? I don't know if
Yes. I just changed headphones because yes, there's one that's echoing.
It's not me.
Is it me?
It might be you.
Okay. I'm down in my dungeon, so it may echo a little bit down here.
Yeah. Do you have a headset or anything?
Yeah, I had to go get it. It's my AirPods and everything.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, because then it would drown out that because it's really hard to make out what you're saying fully.
Yeah.
Okay, let me go get it real quick.
Okay.
Awesome.
All right. Yeah. Hey, why he's doing that, and I appreciate him doing that because I want to hear this. Yeah, it was going to be hard for the audience. It was going to be hard for us to really make out because there's just constant echo, and yeah, it'd be hard to pick up where we need to ask questions and really just what he's putting out. So yeah,
for sure.
We definitely want him to take this time right now to go ahead and get those. Hey, everyone, share the live too while he's doing that. I'm sharing the live on groups. That's what I always do when we first start these lives. If y'all ever see that I'm looking off to the side, I'm just trying to share them to the groups. Really just try to get the word out. We have awesome guests. We have an awesome guest tonight. But really just trying to put access out there to gentlemen like this right here.
Oh, definitely. Again, yeah, because we've seen him, and this is one of those things where now we want to know him. Because everyone's at the shows, and you sit there and you shake hands, talk dogs for like maybe 5-10 minutes, and then you have to go to the next ring or go to the next thing, and it's just like, yeah. So that's one reason why I know I love doing this every Tuesday is because we get to actually touch base and get personal with great people that we really have to meet in small increments. So
yeah.
So definitely worth highlighting this gentleman.
Yes. Hey, you back?
I had to move upstairs so that way it's going down in the basement and everything.
Yeah. No, we appreciate you doing that, man. I'm sorry to ask that right away, why the introduction, but I just want to make sure that the people are hearing, what you got to put out tonight.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, we don't want to miss out on a single thing. So when I think as far as when I first met you, I want to say I met you at Pull Up or Shut Up last year. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Wonderful. And I remember watching you in the ring and feeling like, where's this guy been? Because you handled so well that I was just like, why? I feel like why haven't I seen you more? And I think it's because you're in the Kentucky region, but so when it comes to actually traveling to these shows, how far have you traveled so
far? I've done F.W. Spielberg show in Long Island, New York. Done Panama City with ABKC. Done ABKC in Texas, um, BRC up and down the Midwest, pretty much up and down the Eastern Seaboard, and a little bit out here in the Midwest. And I done one show in Cali.
Nice.
Man, you been rolling a little bit.
I try to.
Which
Yeah, like
one you like?
hey, you
Go
had
ahead,
me
Kay.
because you're like the Midwest, the East, and all this. Then you're like, yeah, and the one show in Cali, like it's like a couple states away, like on the other side.
Yeah, it's next door. You're
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I mean,
No, what we're gonna ask
like
for?
that's how I try to stay competitive. Um, no offense to anybody who just sticks to one registry. If you want to see how good you are, you want to see how good your dogs are, or the dogs that you're showcasing, I feel like you should go to any and every registry. You know, you should hopefully repeat the same success that you have in one registry. You can do that in the others as well.
yeah.
I like that. I like how you touched that on that early in the interview too. I really like that statement because I agree with you. Go to different states, go to different registries, see different dogs, see different judges, see different people,
Yeah,
and really see where your dog stands and how you stand as a handler and as a program too. So, man, I love that. Hey, I see people calling you Big Unk too, and that's like we call
That's
Bruce
interesting.
that. And but
Oh,
man,
for
that's
real?
like
I'll think.
one of the biggest honors, like as you mature and as you grow, like that shows that you're mentoring. Big
Yes.
Unk is a huge, name of honor. So, man, big respect to you. I'm looking forward to this.
yeah, I
Oh, for
appreciate it.
sure. Well, and you are
I didn't
one.
like it at first, but looking at it, okay, I'm knocking at 50, and everybody else is like they late 20s and early 30s and everything. So I'm like, all right, I had to get
Yeah,
rid of
hey,
the salt and pepper on my face. So I was like, all right, I might have to earn that title.
hey, look, hey, I thought Jerem was talking to me, and I kind of fed back to him. I said, man, my bad. I thought you was talking to me. 'Cause they
we
call
got
me that too.
we got two Big Unks on. What man? This
Yeah.
is ultimate pleasure. This is awesome.
Right now, do you have random trains nearby that cross by your house or that you hear in the background at any point?
Say again?
I was about to say because Bruce has he lives near train tracks, and so every single Tuesday night at one point or more, you hear the trains in the background.
Yeah.
We just
No,
shut it up
I'm surrounded by cows and Amish people, so we shouldn't have that problem with those trains.
in that order. Okay, all right.
Wow, cows and Amish people. But hey,
Yep.
so you've been into the bully since you said 2010, 2011.
Yeah.
All right.
I
So
started
then,
off with. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, you go ahead.
I started off with, and it's still to this day my favorite bloodline. I always call it my correction blood. When I first started out, I went. When I came into the show ring, it was heavy razor's edge blood, and to me, every 5 to 7 years, the look of the American Bullet changes. So I had to change my taste in dogs. So I started off with razor's edge and XLs, and then now we're down to muscle tone, faux king, and pockets and standards right now.
Nice. Are you
Yeah,
like
hey,
it?
look, I knew you was about to say Razor's Edge because that was the hot thing still back in 2010, and
Yeah.
I knew you was gonna say Razor's Edge 100%. I have no
Um,
doubt in my mind.
I got turned on to them because I got my first bull I ever got, and he's probably my first mentor was Robert Johnson. He owns Rams Kennels over in Sicklerville, New Jersey. So I got my first two American Bullets from him. They were heavy Legion of Doom and Dirty Rotten Scoundrel Blood. So that's what I started the program off of, and in the show ring with them. Linked up with the Moore brothers, which they got the Watchdog Blood. So even Ron Ramos, I was talking to him back then. I talk to him every now and again now. So that's who really, quote unquote, taught me how to start showing. Ron was like, you the backdrop of your dog. Like they should see the dog before they see you, but you got to give them the best representation for the judges to see.
Yeah,
So everything matters: eye contact, what you have on, how you moving in the ring, where you position in the ring. He's the one that taught me. But sitting out late at night watching YouTube and watching Eric Salas, he's like one of the best handler trainers out there. So I do a lot of watching. Even to this day, I sit there and watch him, and learn what he's talking about, then I go down to the basement and try it with my dogs, or try it with a client dog or something.
Absolutely. It's mentorship is so big in this community, and once you find either one or even a series, if you're truly blessed, then I mean, there's really nothing stopping you.
No. I mean, not to take nothing away from Bullet Versus, because they push me more than anybody. You know, my family, they're supportive. Kim jumped in my behind Friday morning. We at AKC. The first show of the day, I'm in the ring. It's 9 o'clock in the morning, so I still got to cook a few cobwebs in my head. And I'm paying attention, but I'm not paying attention. I put Fat Daddy on the table, and she records every time I'm in the ring. So when I do a show in the ring and I come out, the first thing I do is grab her phone to see what I did wrong, what I could do better, or what I need to continue doing. But I came out of the ring, I'm sitting there thinking I did good. She's like, "You sat Fat Daddy like a bullet." And I went back and looked at the video, and I actually did. I had him too wide in the front on the table. And if she can see it from outside the ring, that meant the judges could see it as well.
Yeah,
So
that's right.
rest of the weekend, I made sure that, I kept his front in line with his shoulder blades, and just made sure I didn't make that mental mistake. But it's my fault, because I've been training the Sharpay for the past 2 weeks. So I was used to being hands-on with her. And then as soon as I go in the ring is with a 28-pound Frenchie from a 60-pound Sharpay. So that's a big difference right there.
Yeah.
Some adjustments. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's cool. You had her with you though, like right when you come out of the ring. First of all, looking at the video, but then also being able to assess that and listening to her critique you. Like that's what people should be able to listen to and to be able to do to their friends. Like you should be able to tell your friend, like, hey, no, that you're way overstacking your dog, or hey, speed up the gate. Like,
Yeah.
man, let's sharpen irons. That's what I love about the bully versus too, man. Like
That's how
y'all really, really push each other.
Because when Tony was at March Madness, I was supposed to have been there, and I couldn't make it. Had some family emergency and whatnot, so I wasn't able to make it. So he took my client dogs, and just to see where he was, I had the owners videotape him and then send me the video, and I was breaking it down. Hey, bro, you got him too compact. Stretch him out a little bit. Get his toes in line with his
Hell
butthole.
yeah.
And you got better turn the stifle and everything.
Yeah.
And he did it. He went there. Next thing you know, he grand champ the boy out. So I'm in Kentucky. He's up in Chicago, whatnot. And he did a correction over the phone, and he went back in the ring and started winning. So like I said, we push each other hard. Like I'm keeping it G-rated now, but when we talking to each other and we correcting each other, hey, it comes out how it comes out. You know what I mean?
Hurt feelings of what, huh?
It don't matter hurt feelings or not, because baby don't hold no punches with me.
Damn right.
I said the G-rated version, but she said some other stuff about me stacking him like a bullet. But at the same time, like, she was right. You know what I mean? Plus she had it on video, so I couldn't dispute that at all.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can do nothing but listen and apply at that point. Like here's the evidence, what I'm talking about. Now fix it.
Right. I've watched the footage. I've watched the previous game. Let's fix this. 100%.
Yeah.
That's why
So
I tell
from
a lot of,
Oh, go ahead.
I said, that's why I tell a lot of people that ask me, like, man, what do you do? What can I do? I said, record yourself. Set your phone up. Watch yourself in the mirror, like in a full-length mirror and whatnot, and stack your dog up. I say record it because you can go back, fast forward, rewind, do whatever you need to do to make those necessary corrections. And I pick up a lot of stuff from different people. And I'm going to give him his flowers now. Corey Pollard was the one that told me, he said, stop feeding them bait. They're your dogs. You get them comfortable, you work with them. And ever since then, that's been almost 2 years ago. So even though I've been in a lot longer than him, I'm still able to sit back and
I like that.
take constructive criticism from folks as help versus, oh, you hating on me and you trying to tell me to do something different. Yes. And when he actually took my dog into the ring without bait and stacked her up, and I'm sitting there worrying about the Frenchie. I'll never forget, we was at a Danny Little show and Nikki Holcomb was the judge. Mm-hmm. I had my Frenchie. We in the best of show. I couldn't show both dogs, so I gave Athena the cord.
Yeah.
I'm focusing on Fat Dad. I'm like, okay, we got this. Next thing I know, Nick is walking over to Athena and giving her the best in show recording. So even though, but that goes back to the video recording. I went back and repetitively watched what Corey did with her, and then I went and practiced with it, and we went on a win streak with her from that point on.
Absolutely.
Out of the
I like
8 grand champion wins that she has, I would say 6 of them came against males, but it was me stacking her the way Corey did that day down in Tennessee.
Man, that's nice.
No, that's real. And as far as like you doing that for them as well, I mean, you guys have created this movement, and it's based on candor. It's built on, you know, not reliance, but just progress, pure progress, unadulterated progress, unapologetic progress. And I think that that's just something amazing, and it's great to watch it. That's wild.
But you got to think, when I came in, like I said, I've been in since like 2012. You got to think WBA, Black Label, Duval Bullets, all of those crews were running heavy back then. You know, so I kind of had those people, Tone, Joel, God rest Keno with Black Label. When Anthony Gray was all of them were over there, like those are the people I was looking up to.
Yeah.
When I first started out in the show ring. Timothy Sinclair, Julie Cowell. So it was a lot of people that would pretty much be old school, like I'm old school now, that I had to look up to when I first started.
I like that. I like the names mentioned. Some legends. Yeah. You better be ready when you go in the ring. Like, and what's cool is, like, and I'm sure, I hope that you see the evolution of it. Like, you're becoming that to so many people. Like, a lot of people are looking at you as those names that you just listed when they enter the ring with you, and they know they got to be on their P's and Q's. Like, they got to bring their A game. Like,
I mean, they probably do that, but I do that just as much. I don't underestimate anybody.
yeah.
I don't care if it's, you know, of course you always gonna be in your P's and Q's when we going against Hannah, Devin, Christine, and all the rest of them. You always gonna be in your P's and Q's with them. But just like Amanda said a while ago, who is this guy? Where's he coming from? Where's he been? That's the same analogy I have when I go into somebody I've never seen before.
Yeah,
I don't know how they
absolutely.
There's got to be a great appreciation for it, whether they're new and upcoming and developing, or I mean, they just come out swinging from a totally different region of the states. Like, you know, game recognizes game. Like, you see either a little bit of yourself now or even then in some of these cats. Like, and that makes it, that creates a bond, I think.
Yeah, like I said, with not underestimating nobody. I didn't forget where I came from. I didn't forget how I started. And like I said, I'm continuously still learning. Even to this day, I took a couple training videos that I haven't sent to Bullet Versus yet, just for them to critique me and what I need to do better or what I need to keep doing. And like I said, we always doing that. We showing each other still shots. We showing full videos. I even texting the baby like, "Hey, what can I do better? What do you see?" No, she's not in it like how we are, but her being there, she got the biggest influence. I got to lay next to her every night, so I got to make sure she happy with the progress. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm talking about it. She's standing behind the corner smiling. Yeah, I'm talking about it.
Oh shoot!
She over here eavesdropping and ear hustling and everything. Like,
Uh-huh. Hey, you're dropping the right lines, my boy. You're dropping the right lines, boy. Oh,
Hey, so
no.
look, man. Hey, so look, man. What show are you going to next?
We finished not finished. We did AKC this past weekend. We have UKC coming up this weekend, and then Hope Birthday Bash on the 11th of April.
Nice.
Are you going to pull up a shut up this year?
Yeah, we'll be at Pull Up a Shut Up.
Okay.
Right now, I mean, there are other shows I'm thinking about or trying to do. GCR, they're coming here to Kentucky, so So that's probably one of the very few registers I have not shown in yet, and I want to get into that one.
Nice.
We're trying to keep get a few more best. We're trying to get our first best in show in AVKC with Maui, and at the same time trying to get some grand champion wins with her.
Oh,
Because I haven't shown her in AVKC since the season opener. So
That's when
she's
she
been
grand,
running.
right?
Yeah, that's what she grinded out, and
That's a nice
lo and behold,
female.
she just went in the heat less than a week ago. So I'm praying she'll be out of heat by the time the birthday bash come up.
oh,
But we was
man.
talking about coming down to Alabama to Candace show. So it's still some shows I'm trying to hit this year, but just got to
Nice.
get out of
Cinco de
heat.
Mayo, May 2nd,
Yep.
Andalusia, Alabama.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
yeah. That Cinco show. No, I love the Cinco de Mayo show. It's and that venue it's big for no reason. Like I'm interested to see how they're going to make the layout this year. Were you able to make the monster match last year?
I didn't get to go to go to it last year. I showed a lot, but not as much. I kind of got burnt out, and I had to take some time off.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people know it, but I was in the hospital at the end of last year. I had a cancer scare, and I had to have some surgery, so I was down for a little while last year. So when I came back out in January, I came out with a full head of steam and whatnot. But after this past weekend, I'm drained, so I'm taking some time off this week and showing this weekend, and then taking a little break until April 11th. So starting to listen to my body more.
Yeah.
And I know about that. You gotta do what's better for you. That way, when you get in the ring, when you go to these events, you are on 10. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I said, you can't never. Because one time matter of fact, it was the Lebanon show last year, and Tony and them were there. They was like, "Hey, you need to come." Hey, this dude, he was talking about Chris Nightingale. He said he got this Frenchie. He out there just tearing everybody up. I said, "Okay, I'll be there tomorrow." When I say Chris Nightingale put me in the blender, he put me in the blender. We did it. We banged heads. Like he was like, because he even called me Unc. He was like, "Man, Unc, you gave me a run for my money." And I
The
can't say
Isabel
what I
female
said.
that he
I'm glad
shows from
you gave me
Dallas.
a run
When
for my
Chris
money.
tells you that, man, he means it.
But that's how it is. Every time we see each other, like we know, hey, let's get this working. We cool outside the ring, but when it's in the ring, it's me and the
Yeah.
dog, it's you and the dog. That's all. That's my teammate right there. But like we cool. Even with Bullet versus, like I tell them, and Tony will tell you, Keyshawn will tell you, Richard, all of them. We cool as hell outside the ring, but when we go in, it's every man for itself. So like I said, that's why we push each other.
Yeah.
Oh, and
I like
I'm
that.
sure. Do you guys talk any smack like in the ring to each other in
Oh
real
yeah.
time?
I mean,
Tony said war.
Hey Tony, I want my dog back, bro. I want my dog back. Now I keep messing with him. I say I gave you something easy. I had two dogs. Let you get two dogs that were trained by me and everything, and showcased by me. You had it easy, but no, just pushing it because I'm proud of him. Because it ain't about me at all. It used to be my old attitude. Like I wanted to be about me. Now it's strictly about the dogs. I've had other people wanting to put me on an interview and whatnot. I'm comfortable being in front of the camera, but like I said, at the end of the day, it's about the dogs, and I keep it that way. That's my coping skill. That's what keep me off certain medications from the military and everything. Is literally dealing with the dogs. So it's a
Hey,
lot
Tony,
deeper with me than it is with everybody else.
I
Tonyo said,
like
"What
that.
dog? X-rated."
No, I want Pocahontas back. I want Rooster back, and I want Luigi back.
Oh my
Oh.
Oh yeah, Nate decided he was gonna chime in and call you old.
Yeah,
He
I'm
means that with
old.
all the love and respect, I'm sure.
No, but no, Nate. And the crazy thing about it, like I met Nate before I met everybody else, and it was a few years back. And I actually met him on TikTok. He was on live. He was whooping a litter, and I jumped in it one day, and we clicked from that point. And we've been cool ever since. And then like we started handling with each other. Then Corey came along, and then now you you had a Rusted Bullet versus everybody came in at different times and everything. So we gotten bigger as a group, but that bond has gotten stronger with the people that's been added into it, you know. So like I said, it was crazy. 1 minute I'm sitting in Nashville, Nate in Mississippi. We meet each other on TikTok, and now we pretty much lifelong brothers now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nate's
that's
a real
crazy.
one. I love Nate. He's a phenomenal human being, and he's like he can be funny, but it's there's so much energy that when you talk to him, it's very serious energy. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, we had a question. I want to know this too. Adam asked, what branch of service?
Marine Corps, baby, the one and only.
Man,
Woo!
absolutely. Hey, I appreciate your service and what you said, man. That definitely hit something. Talking about that, it hits different, and the different way that you're able to connect. Like I'm a disabled veteran,
Yeah.
and it is nice, being able to connect with something that that you're able to do something like that. The competition and things like that. So, man, I appreciate your service, and hey, 2 trains.
That's it.
I'm
That's it.
yeah, that's Bruce. But yeah, man, that hits different, and that's awesome that you're able to pour your all in it and the connection you have with dogs, man. Like
I
that's
mean,
so cool to see.
what's helped me out, and it's probably been the last year and a half that I actually started going to counseling, and that's part of the things that I talk about in my sessions and whatnot is going to different dog shows and things of that nature, or just training with dogs. Like it's if I get overstimulated and whatnot, I go outside with one of the dogs, or I go down to the basement, or I do something.
Yeah.
Um, it's just one of those, like I said, it's one of those coping things for me.
Yeah,
Um, I'm not ashamed to admit it. Like, yeah, I got diagnosed with PTSD. I mean, hell, you do 3 combat tours and then you get combat injured and whatnot. You spend your whole adult life in a military uniform, and all of a sudden it's taken away from you.
yeah,
It's hard to
You
come
do.
back to regular civilization and
Mm-hmm.
deal with
Yeah.
that type of stuff.
Yeah.
But
Finding
when I go to
purpose.
dog shows, it's like a break from reality. It's a mini vacation mentally for me.
yeah,
So being competitive or going against certain handlers, showing in front of certain judges. Like I can go in front of certain judges, and I know they're going to expect me to be at a certain level versus somebody just coming there for the
Yes.
first time.
Yeah.
So
damn right.
that in the back of my mind, that's pushing me to do what we doing now.
Oh, absolutely. You're a specialist all over again at something that you're hyper tuned into. That's unparalleled.
Mm-hmm.
Man, good
Yeah.
stuff. Hey, so you said that you started in 2010. You got into showing 2010, 2011, but you said 4 years ago, that's when New South Kennels, really
Yeah.
started pushing that and kind of making an identity with that. I want to go into a little bit of that. How did that start and where is that at and what built
Um,
that?
being born and raised in Georgia, and he's still one of my favorite artists, Bubba Sparks. He always pushed New South and everything else, and it kind of stuck with me. So under my old Facebook, it is Yuri Wallace, but it has my old kennel logo on there. So
Mm.
when I came, like you said, it just evolving. I went from Shore Bullets, now I'm New South Kennels. So instead of putting my name with it, I don't. It ain't to me. It's not about me. Yes, I'm training. Yes, I'm showing, but it's not about me. It's about the dogs. So I kept it New South Kennels versus Yuri Wallace New South Kennels. So a lot of people didn't like you, like y'all didn't know my name because you just knew me as New South. And a lot of
Yeah.
people call me that
Yeah,
because they don't know my name. Like, okay, you know the kennel, you know about the dogs. I'm
you're
fine with
right.
it. Uh, but with it being New South Kennels, and even Danny did it, and Corey did when they first really met me. It was like New South Kennel. I'm expecting to see a white dude. No, bro, it's me. Um,
What
but
made
like I
you do
said,
that?
I just didn't want. I just wanted to do something original, not something that everybody else had
Yeah.
been doing and using the same names over and over again. One of my homeboys, he's actually down in South Alabama now, but he has Old South Kennels. But that's like a family name that he had. So since this is something new, a new direction I was going, because even my style of dogs had changed, my location had changed, everything about what I was doing had changed. So I can't say I came up with it, but I chose the name
Yeah.
New South.
Isn't that Peyton that Old South?
Old
Yeah,
South Bullet Forms.
Yeah.
Old South Bullet Farms. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So names
Peyton.
like that. And my homeboy, he runs American Bulldog, like Game Line American Bulldogs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess you might would say, like most other people, I'm keeping it real to my roots. I'm born and raised in the swamps in Georgia, so
Yeah,
yeah, just paying homage back home.
absolutely. No, I love that. And it sounds like 4 years ago, like really a maturity of some sort, because what you said that, quit becoming about you. And maybe that's when the unk status started coming too,
Yeah,
because you made it about the dogs and you said, I want to push this. I want to make them. And I like how you said earlier about OG Ramos too, how you're a curtain behind the dogs, how you're just right behind the dogs. It's kind of like you took that approach with this 4 years ago when you made your
yeah.
program about the dogs.
Because I got rid of everything. Like I was down to no dogs, not going to shows. I had to redo everything. I was one of those people that had to start my whole program over. So when I started back, like I said, I started off with XLs.
Right.
So when I started back with the dogs again, excuse me, my cousin, he has a Frenchie kennel down in Georgia. I got my first Frenchie, which I still have in Dooney. I got my first Frenchie from him. And then my kennel partner, Jay Sanders from AAA Bullies, is who I got Charlie and Athena from. So
Mm-hmm.
those were the three dogs that, quote unquote, I started New South Kennels with. And like you said, I went from, because when I was with Shore Bullies, I more or less I was like the bad apple. I had the bad attitude. I was too cocky, too arrogant. But I had OGs like sit me down, like, look, bro, you need to chill because it's gonna be a rough ride for you if you keep having this type of attitude.
Mm.
So I had to fall back and fall flat and start all over again. So like you said, when I revamped myself and was going with I was New South Kennels before I even had the dog. So I already had the name. This is what I'm gonna call the kennel. I just got to see what direction I was gonna go, and that's when
Yeah.
Ron and I were talking even more because one of my females that I had, I was actually going to breed her to Soldier, but I was too busy in the show ring with her, so I made up my mind I was gonna breed her to her fourth heat. And Ron, that's when he was telling me about being a backdrop for the dog. If your dog's trained well enough, depending what the curtain looks like behind you, step
Mm-hmm.
away from your dog and be in front of him so the judge only sees just the dog, period. So that's the way I started training. So all of those Jews that Keno, Ron, Anthony, the OGs, my OGs taught me years ago, I started doing in the last 4 years, and you see what's been going on.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, you're doing something every day, or you're doing it wrong.
Man, that's awesome. And I can't picture you, seriously, like with your mental state now, like I can't picture you being the bad apple.
Yeah.
Being the Tonio of the bully verses. No, I love you, my boy. I love you, my boy.
No, I know.
But
Don't
like,
talk about your son like that.
Tony didn't have nothing on me, bro. Like, yeah, I lost a lot
dang.
being that way. Um, like putting myself in situations with other people that okay, they beefing with each other. Okay, I'm cool with this person. I'm backing my homeboy, my homegirl up, and 9 times out of 10, they the reason why the beef is going in the first place.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
I should hate
but
that.
now they'll Tony and them and tell you like we talk noise back and forth to each other about stuff that's going on in the bullet community, but I guess I'm more or less the peacemaker. Like, hey Tony, chill out, leave that alone. Or Freddie or
Tonio's
whoever.
my boy, man.
Hey, chill out. We got bigger and better stuff to worry about. But yeah, I was Tony when I was with Short Bullet.
Yeah. No, Tonio, I'm just messing with you, man. Tonio is such a good dude. He is doing such good things out there. But
Mm-hmm.
no, it's crazy though where you're paying it forward because, you've talked about the people that have kind of geared you towards that way. And now you're seeing this younger group and you're seeing this motion and you're a part of the motion and you're making sure the direction is going forward. And in the ring, like, let's get out there, let's drive each other, but let's get out there and compete and let's
Yeah,
push each other to it. And man, it's so cool, like seeing, hearing, where you've come from now and where you've positioned yourself and where you're forwarding so many different people because the impact you're having is
Massive.
bigger than a lot of people realize.
but that's how I tell them. That's how they pay me back, man. Help somebody else out.
Yeah.
because that's what my OGs told me. Hey, what I owe you, man, teach the next person, teach the next generation. So, not saying
Pay
that's
it
what I
forward.
say straight to them. I'm, hey, man, to help look out for somebody else. I don't want to put them on the spot, but when Tony went through his situation, you know, I was one of the first people that called him, hey, bro, I got you. As soon as I put a lid on the ground, whatever you want is yours. I gave him my first pick female. You know, I love that. That's the one that the black and white female he had.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want him to stop showing.
Right.
You know, because he's one of my motivations. Because we talk just about every other day, and I didn't have no second thoughts. Like I don't even know no puppies were a week old, and I'll FaceTime like, hey, bro, I think this is gonna be yours. And lo and behold, she's his. You know, and big shout out to Graham Franklin and David Robertson, because I got Maui from Graham, and then I got Kane from the both of them, and that's what helped me get pretty much the first generation of New South on the ground. Was using their stud and everything. So I can't forget. Like I said, I don't do none of this by myself. And that's when I was with Short Bullets. I was trying to make it more about me, but everybody else was putting in the work. Now I'm putting in work along with other people. You know what I mean? So I got to give credit where credit is due. I don't do this by myself. I didn't get this way because of just me. It's other people and other people's influence and support.
I love that.
Oh yeah.
It's humbling to be able to recognize that growth being based not just on yourself and what you've learned, but the fact that you've learned it from people that you highly respect, and sometimes even strangers. Like we learn new things from people that we don't know very well or at all every day.
No. Yeah. I mean, like I said, that's when I open myself up, be like, to be taught, to learn, keep elevating. That's when I got better. But when I was Mr. Oh, I'm staying in my own lane, I don't care what nobody else is doing. To me, this is me. I'm not saying this to anybody else. That's the most selfish thing I used to say. I'm in my own lane. I'm only focused on what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I have to pay attention to other people. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, going to different registers and competing against other dogs and other handlers. Okay, you can be at BRC this weekend. You have 6 or 7 handlers in the ring with you. Next week you go to AKC. Now you got 22 handlers and 22 dogs in the ring with you.
Yeah.
That's a different lane. So I watch what other people doing. If they're doing something that I wouldn't do, okay, boom. I'm gonna capitalize and try to beat you by doing something totally different instead of trying to do exactly what you're doing. So one of the things that my therapist told me is like, get that type of mindset out of your head. It took a while, but I don't have that mindset no more.
That's what's up.
Absolutely. Something to build on for sure. Just be adaptive.
Yeah. Hey, and I love, the mentorship goes further. We're talking about Tonio, man. Tonio, like, I'm so proud of him because of the situation and you putting dogs in his hands where you know that he can evolve with them and doing it to others too. You're saying, hey, let's literally collaborate. It's not one of those just using words. It's, here is a dog. This is the best representation. Let's grow off this. Let's work together years, generations down the road. And you gave those dogs to a very, very, very hungry person. And the evolution that's going to take place with those dogs and how you've placed them and how you've placed them with others that are hungry as well. You're looking at this very, very, very long term. This is not a short term thing. You're placing dogs in right homes with right handlers that you're going to have to go up against in the show. You're going to be your toughest competition.
I want to be able to, because like I said, when I first came in, you had Duval Bullets. That's when you had Grand Champion Shots Fired, Grand Champion Houdini. All of those came out the same litter, and all of them in the ring at the same time with each other. Like, how many people you know that can actually say they got 4 or 5 puppies out the same litter in a Grand Champion class going against each other?
Yeah.
It's kind of hard.
It's been like what, 2-3 years ago with
Hangman.
Ragnar.
With Hangman, look how often that happens. So, not saying I want to build better dogs than them, I would like to make that a goal of mine. I would love to see New South Kennels Productions. I like to see CMK Productions, you know, MEK Productions. I want to see all anybody in Bullet versus just seeing
Hmm.
our productions in the ring. You know, it's one thing having a dog we acquire from somebody else, but when it's something that you bred, something that you raised, something that you train and you showcasing, that hits totally different.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Building your own champion and grand champion classes. I love it.
Yep.
Love it.
And man, not to get too far off that, man. When CMK, when Tonio went through that, man, I thought he wasn't gonna come back, And I got XLs. I even offered him XLs, knowing that he don't like XLs. But that's
Hmm.
how when somebody fall down the rabbit hole like that, man, try to help him out. You know what I'm saying? And people like you, he look up to you. You probably, looking at you, he wanted to hang in the game. You know what I'm saying? Because any guys, man, if they go down the rabbit hole like that and lose everything they got, you think they gonna come back? No,
Mm-mm. I
no.
mean, I'll be honest with you. I don't know if he admitted or not, and we actually talked about it the other weekend when he started winning at at March Madness, and he was putting in that work. I called him. I said, "Nephew, you back?" Even though that's been a while ago when he lost Hoover and all the rest of them,
Mm-hmm.
he was
I
back
like
in the
that.
ring, but that wasn't the same Tony that I was used to seeing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And when he finally got back to where he left off with, I was like, okay, he back. I'm not there. He's with one of my clients, with actually with two of my clients up there. So I wasn't there for that moral support. I'm at a distance with him. And as soon as I was able to talk with him, say, you back now. And honestly, in the last week and a half, his total mindset is different than what it was
Hmm.
a month ago. You know what I mean? So he just needed that opportunity, to go through his grieving and whatnot. But once he got back on that pedestal where he was on last year, I knew he would be back.
Yeah.
But yeah, he definitely has his own level, and getting him back there, I know, was a huge mission for your group, especially you. And the fact that, like, without hesitation, you immediately were like, all right, what's the first step in getting him towards that level?
Yeah.
And that was, I've got this dog, let's do this. And again, without hesitation, that takes a special human being, and that's, man, the community is more that.
And see, the reason I brought that up, man, is because you said that you gave him a dog. You gave him your first pick. How many people gonna do that? You know what I'm saying? How many
Yeah.
people is gonna say, "Hey, man, look, I know you lost here." You know what I'm saying? Here you
Yeah.
go, right here. You don't find that's what the bully community needs to do, man. When somebody fall in a rabbit hole like that, help them out a little bit. You ain't got to sell every dog,
I
help them
mean,
out.
we had a litter of 7 puppies back in October. I sold 1 puppy. I placed out at all the rest of them. It ain't about the money to me.
That's right.
It's about trying to build a brand. It's trying to build a kennel. Um, Tony got a puppy. Richard got a puppy. I co-own one that's here in a female that's here in Kentucky. I'm about to get her back and start training her. I had my first pick, and I pretty much gave the other ones away. That's what it's about with me. Because when I do a breeding, I'm doing a breeding to build a program. I'm not doing a breeding to sell to the master or to try to make some
Yeah.
money. No,
For
it
sure.
ain't about that for me.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Got to breed for yourself. And that, I love that you're making it exclusive enough, but also in that same breath, making sure that the placement of these dogs is going into people's hands that are going to do great things, putting your brand back out there in a general sense. Like,
Yeah.
it's brilliant.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, a couple of y'all said a while ago, is doing it for the long game. Um,
Hmm.
Hmm.
Everybody had to start somewhere, but not
Yeah.
everybody's going to finish the same or at the same time. So I'm just doing whatever I need to do, doing my part. Right? I'm not carrying Bullet versus. We carrying each other. You know, yeah, I'm head of household here, but I'm not carrying the household by myself. You know what I mean? So everything I'm doing is teamwork.
Yeah.
Right. Wow.
Love it. I love the humbleness, man. I really do. Because that's exactly how it should be. With everything in life, like you sharpen iron with people that you're just interacting with on a daily basis. And the people that you surround yourself with most are going to have the biggest impact. But what is the direction, New South and obviously, Bully versus is going forward? But what is the mindset with that going forward? Where are you trying to go with your program? What breedings do you have coming up? And then with Bully versus two, like a different segment, where do you see that going, like as a group?
Mm.
Definitely going to see Bully. You're going to see some actual Bully versus breedings going down. I do have one of mine, and one of my things that I've been told I need to stop doing, which I've been doing good, is stop telling everybody what I'm going to do. Keep some stuff to myself. Because even when I did my breeding, like I really didn't push it out like that. You know what I mean? And I even had people come to the house like, man, where that dog come from, man? She been there for 3 years, but I don't bring her out. You know, it's things of that nature. So I see Bully versus putting more productions on the ground in the show ring, handled by us. Me as a for my kennel, just keep competing at the highest level that we can. Like I said, I mean, we're going to different registries. We're looking at going to GCR and showing over there. Looking at USBR and showing in there for the first time. I just in the show ring. I don't breed a lot because I do a lot of traveling with showing and everything, and I got dogs coming in and out for training. So
Yeah.
I don't necessarily have a lot of, even though I'm
So how many
retired.
breedings going to be doing? Uh-oh, did we lose them?
Huh?
Okay, there. So what breedings do you have planned this year? Like if you have some already pre-planned, if you want to discuss
I
those,
got some
like, and how many breedings
planned.
do you have?
We're taking Grand Champion Rooster, which is the black and white male that Tony was handling at March Madness. Taking him to Grand Champion Athena, which is my female that pretty much helped put me on the map and everything with New South Kennels. So honestly, we're just waiting on her to go in the heat, and we're going to do that breeding. And that's it for right now for as New South doing breeding, because what we have on the ground now, I want to give them some time to mature. Like I said, I got one puppy that's coming back that's going to start her training. The one that I kept, he's already training, but I've already warned everybody in Bully Versus, they better have titles on their dog before come September. Because when I bring him out, I'm cutting throats.
Gotta get it in while you still can.
I forewarned Richard. I told Tone, I said, y'all better get them puppies in the ring right now. Because if you don't, it's belt to ass.
Yeah.
Man, Tonio been hanging around you too much, man.
Yeah. Hey, I love that. And look at the love shown in the comments from the Bully Verses. Like, look how they're coming out for you. Look how they're all tuned in to what everything you're saying and just the impact you have on them. I just want to make sure that you see that, man.
Yeah, I mean, because they know I'm coming out of my comfort zone. Like I said, I've had several people that hit me up wanting to do stuff, and I was like, nah, it ain't me. I don't want to do that. I mean, not saying I'm camera shy, anything of nature. We get in front of several hundred people every other weekend showing, so it is nothing to me. But like I said, I don't want it to make it about me, and like I'm the head chief toilet tissue. Well, no, it's about the dogs. I want to keep it about the dogs.
Yeah.
So that's my biggest thing, keeping our kennel standard intact with putting quality stuff on the ground that we want to use in our program that we want to show.
Man, I love that, because that's what we do this for, is for everyone but ourselves. Like we love that mindset, and you've done such an exceptional job with this, with Bully Versus, and making sure that you guys are all here for each other, but you're still driving each other through that realm of competition. And it's progress, not perfection. And I love that. Athena, she's how many litters have you already had with her?
None.
Oh man, this is gonna be good.
Athena has not been. I'll take that back. We bred her twice to dual grand champion. My bad, he earned that, so I got to get it to him. Dual grand champion Gambit, and shout out to Gina and Jack Strong. That's my aunt and uncle right there. We bred her twice to Gambit. Unfortunately, she didn't take. That's a good thing about living in Kentucky. My vet is a large animal vet. And the first thing he told me was like, Yuri, she got to lose weight. So I'm actually cutting her back in weight now. So when she does come in the heat, and we breed her this time, but like I said, we're using rooster this time on this breed. So hopefully next time she breeds, she does hold them, and she doesn't absorb them.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Good
Now,
luck, man.
what are you doing to cut her weight down, like diet and exercise wise?
Honestly, just letting her be a dog. I cut her feed back because it was a raw kibble mix. Now she's pretty much just on straight raw, but high protein, low calories. With my other dogs, it's reverse. It's high calories, low protein because it's still cold. That's one thing I do. I change the dog's diet with the change of the season. So
Definitely.
I don't feed my dogs the same thing in the same way year round. I change them up. And some people be like, "Dang, they look bigger at this show." Okay, yeah, because I cut the weight back. Oh, now they don't put on about 20 pounds. Yeah, because I changed the feed up because the season's done changed. But that's what I love about my vet, because if I got any questions, I call him up, run stuff by, because he's mostly dealing with cows and horses, but he still gives me knowledge and whatnot that I need when it comes to the dogs.
Oh, for sure. So when it comes to this raw that you're using to cut her down with, what protein source is it mostly?
It's more turkey, but I put more complex carbs in there.
Mm.
I mean, honestly, adding baby cereal and oatmeal to it. So I put more complex carbs. I took the kibble out and put the complex carbs in, and like I said, more protein versus calories, because they're going to burn more off here during the wintertime than they would be any other time of the year. Trying to keep their bodies and stuff warm, even though they stay in the house. But I change it up, and I also do fasting every Sunday.
There we go.
They do nothing but chicken broth. If I have it, raw lamb's milk on Sundays.
There we go.
Okay.
Yeah, we when we fast ours, I don't do any kind of broth. What I do is I do aloe juice, and that's what they drink throughout the day because it helps line and coat the stomach.
Yeah, I do use. Actually, I got to give him a shout out too. Chris Simmons. I wasn't having a lot of calcium in my dog's diet at first. He was like, "Man, jump on this cod liver oil." He showed it to us, and this probably been about a year ago, and I use it every day when I'm feeding the dog, so I don't have any type of calcium deficiencies or anything of that nature. With the thing I did, one thing I did add, I started adding more fish into her diet, and I've noticed a lot more changes this time around, getting ready to breed her, because I didn't really start prepping her body for breeding until it was too late. You know, she's already in heat. It's too late to cut her weight back now. She's one of those females. She ovulates early. So most females they up in the double digits when they start ovulating. Athena ovulates around about day 4 to day 6. So
Wow.
I didn't have no time to get her body right. So this time around, I'm not getting caught slipping. She usually floating between 78 to 80. I have her down to about, I think she's at 68 right now.
Okay.
She's 68, 70. That's where she's at right now.
That's good for a pocket. Really good. That's so big, but that's really good.
Yeah, for her, when she usually walks around the ring. Yeah, that's for her to be almost 10 pounds underweight from where she usually is. Yeah, that's a lot for her.
That's enough. Dang.
The
But
preparation is there.
Mao is in heat now. She's on day 4 of her being in heat. So hopefully, with her being in heat, she brings in Athena, and then I can bring it from that point. And Mao is going out of heat, so I can bring her out for the next show.
Ooh.
Nice.
Everyone better be ready.
Yeah, that's the difficult part about breed or showing females. You know, the heat cycles and the evolution of their body during heat cycles, and if you're going to breed them or not, things like that. And that's what makes it so cool. Like seeing you in the ring, you know, in getting the grand champion status in ABKC with the female like that. That was tough. You know, at the season opener, you doing that and you seeing you in the ring with her multiple times, like, man, every heat cycle, the female body's changing, and you're
Yeah.
having to sit out, things like that. So to get that status with the female is huge.
But that's the thing. That's another thing I had to learn how to overcome. Like in the bullet registries, they tell you not to bring females in heat. You go to UKC and AKC, you got people taking the diaper off and they walking straight in the ring with a female that's in full blown heat.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
What?
But
Yep.
how I
Yep.
do it, like I said, Mal is in heat right now. Guess what? Fat Dad is one of my Frenches. I actually stack Fat Daddy behind her as she's standing in front of him. So he knows what now he's got it in his head, engraved in his head. When I put the show lead on for training, and there's a female in heat, don't move.
Yeah.
I stack them up and everything. So I think that's another thing. Like to me, even if they did allow it in the bullet registers, it wouldn't bother us because I know my males would be going crazy trying to get at the females because they're in heat. Because like I said, this whole weekend, we're in the ring with dogs in full blown heat. Like I said, they're wearing diapers outside of the ring, but when they go in the ring, they're taking them off. And, they're dripping everywhere, this, that, and the third, but they're expecting your dogs to be on point.
Absolutely. No ass hattery. For real.
No. So like I said, that's a different monster when you go over there.
Yeah, that's tough.
So how I do it when I got a female in heat, I grab a male, start working with her. Even my little pup, he's 5 months now. I'm stacking him up right behind him. Mal is his lunch, and I'm stacking him up in front of her, behind her, beside her, and everything.
Nothing.
He's still a puppy, but he's trying to get to it. But I'm correcting him and to the point that he's not really paying attention to it now. And that's like I said, she's only been in heat 4 days now.
Yeah, and you'll find a lot of the handlers that spend a lot of time in UKC as well as AKC with other breeds. They'll all say the same thing. They're like, yeah, we show our males around females in heat all the time. We train them to be able to do that. And it's
I mean, I used to be one of those people like, man, that's messed up, that's cheating. Until you're in that situation, you don't know how you're going to respond to it.
Yeah.
And if you have your dog trained or the dog that you showcase and train, they know not to move. When I put a show lead on, they know it's time for training. If I put a regular leash and collar on them, okay, it's playtime. We're going for a walk. We going for a ride or something. It's leisure time. But they know, even much as he gets on my nerves here at the house, I can tell you, as soon as I put that lead on Fat, that he switches. It's like
I like that. I like how you separated that. Like it's time for business. Like this is the lead. Like let's go work.
Yeah. So like I said, he knows, and I actually got spoiled with him because he has to the date. He's been the easiest dog that I've ever had to train. I don't know why. I mean, I guess because he's French, you don't have to worry about loading hocks and this, that, and the third, and how you would deal with bullets. It's totally different. And keeping my mindset open. Okay, one day I'm showing a Sharpei, I'm showing a Frenchie, I'm showing a bullet. I have to switch my mind to whatever dog I'm showing. And like I said, that's what messed me up Friday morning. And first thing Baby said, "Oh, you stacked him like a bullet." I had him wide in the front versus where he don't need to be wide in the front because I was so used to stacking bigger dogs and whatnot leading up to that point.
Oh yeah, it's an entirely different ball game, and knowing what judges are actually like looking for in that a more natural stance with some of these other breeds. It's like if you try to do that with a bully, it's not going to look right.
No,
and vice versa, obviously.
But like I said, if nobody's ever been to a UKC or AKC show, go and just see. Yes, we go to the bullet register. We see the exotics, the bullets, the other breeds and whatnot. But going when you seeing Great Danes and Afghan hounds and
Irish setters,
you seeing different breeds and you seeing how they move and how their handlers are with them, and you can see the way that show flows. You get in AKC, you get assigned a number, and whatever place they put you, you keep that number. If you're the first, they call you first in the ring, you go in there. If you're the last one in the ring, you go. That's where you go in. At least in the bullet register, we can line up where we want to, and we get whatever number when we sign up and whatnot. So just go and just see the difference. Yes, don't get me wrong. I'm not leaving the bullet registers. That's where I started out at. That's where I'm gonna stay at. But just venturing out to different registers and see how different registers carry a show is totally different. It's a good learning experience.
Oh, definitely. The sounds are different. The way things are set up are different. The people's mindsets are different. It is a whole other world.
I mean, we used to people like, maybe in the tri-state area or wherever the show is coming. But when you got people from from Maine and New Mexico and Florida, Oregon and whatnot coming to Kentucky for a 7-day show is totally different. And I'm like I said, I'm used to going with 4 and 5, maybe 6 Frenches in the ring or bullies in the ring. Now there's 143 Frenches, and you trying to make a cut with that many.
God.
Yeah,
He's
it's
got
totally
like
different
6
ball.
No
rings.
wonder 7 days.
I mean, but that's when special is. When it's a specialty, it's just that
Mm,
breed. So it was just
yeah.
143 Frenches. Now you got every other breed that's there as well. So there's no telling how many of those dogs are there.
No, I remember going to a show and there had to have been like 20 poodles of varying, color schemes, and it's wild, like
Yep.
20 freaking poodles.
I
And
mean,
this was
like
a
just going and
smaller
seeing the
show.
different breeds. Like I said, just because it's not a bully breed, they still dogs. You know what I mean? So just
Yeah.
seeing different dogs, you learning. Like I learned more grooming techniques in the last 4 days than I've known in the last 10 years that I've been in the book. You know,
Yeah.
They both
That's
got their
neat.
slick, because if I know if it's a slick surface, I'm putting hairspray or glue stick under my dog's feet just to make sure they're not slipping.
Yeah.
But these people right here, I mean, when they spending several $1,000 just to go for one weekend show, come on now.
They ain't coming to lose, that's for damn sure.
Yeah, I mean, so it's hard to make champion. It's 15 points in 3 majors right now. I think we got 7 points in 2 majors, so we got to get 8 more points in another major. Last year we were able to snatch up a 5-point major, and talking to Perry Paysons, he's one of my favorite handlers over in AKC, and he handles Winston. I think he won Westminster about
Yep.
year before
Years
last.
ago. Yeah.
So I'm in the show ring with him. It's like we cool with each other, and he's teaching me different techniques and everything. And when we won last year, he's the first person to run up and grab me and hug me and whatnot. I'm like, I don't know who the hell this dude is, but we've been cool ever since then. Yeah, you may be good in one register, but when you're going against other people that are just as good or better than you talking about a humbling experience. That's it right there.
Yeah.
This dude
So,
from Westminster, and he's hugging me, telling me what a good job I did. I was like, that's it,
yeah.
I'm taking. It's fine. Someone pick me up.
Yeah, because I didn't even know who he was. And my cousin, like I said, I got my first French from him. He's like, you know who you won against? I'm like, no. He said, Perry Paysons. Okay, who the hell is that? He said, he owns Winston. When he said Winston, I was like, oh, dang, really? So I had to go back, and that's when I formally introduced myself to him the next day and everything. And like I said, we've been cool ever since then. Every now and then he checks in on me, see how we doing and everything. And but just having people like I said, Eric Salas, Perry, Ron Ramos, the OGs like that, that you can look up to and call at any time and be like, hey, look at this video for me. What can I do different? Then I take it back to Bullet versus, hey, what do y'all see? Because it's getting different eyes on what I'm doing. Because I may see one thing and everybody else sees something totally different. Now I got to go back and fix whatever the imperfection is.
Man, now that's, God, what a support group. That's amazing.
I mean, you can't do this by yourself. I mean, I did it by myself for a couple of years, and it was hard because it was times I would go to shows before I revamp my whole program. I would go to shows by myself with 2 or 3 dogs, sleeping in my car in the venue parking lot, just so I didn't have to spend the extra money. You know what I mean? But and it train again.
2 trains.
But now, I mean, I'm at a point now. I got a great support system. If I do need something, all I got to do is reach out. They know if they need something. If I got it, hey, it's yours. You know what I mean? So, you can't do this by yourself. I don't care what nobody say. You got to have at least a couple people in your corner standing beside you to help you along the way, and then at the same time, you helping them.
100%. Absolutely. Man, I'm so glad we had you on.
Yeah.
You are a phenomenal human being.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Like I said, I mean, I'm totally different than what I was a few years ago. Will you stop drinking all that water? Don't lay down.
Like, you're not drinking the Sahara. What you doing?
They're just slurping the bag. Worse.
Is it just dripping out of jowls? Like just any
Hey,
mental.
Yuri, he capping off you. You drink as much as he is.
Hey, I got to, man. I'm trying to stay awake. It's my bedtime, man.
I know. I was reading the comments, and they were
That's
joking
what they were
about
saying on the
how your
comments
wife
too.
was like,
Man, they know their
"You're sleeping in that
auntie go
basement."
lay down. I gotta go lay down next to her now. Come on now. Cause she
Yeah,
already
let's not
mad
get
at
you
me.
in trouble with your wife.
Yeah, I'm saying she already mad at me every day because she got to get up and go to work, and I get to stay at home. So I'm already in the doghouse for the day.
Ooh, man, talk about that in 1,000.
Yeah, no, but I think that's how I was able to get to where I'm at on the level of handling it, because I got pretty much all the time in the world now. Working a regular 9 to 5 like most people do, I probably won't be at this level. But when I can literally do dogs day in and day out, a lot of us that's handling or just breeders, that's the ultimate dream, to be able to do this full time.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I'm medically retired from the military, so yeah, I got that check every month, but still,
You can't do anything. Yeah, you can't
yeah,
work.
but that gives me a lot of times dealing with the dogs and everything.
Absolutely. You need crazy dog people in their life. That's what Sandra said.
Yep, I'm crazy. I get a check for it every month.
Man.
But no, I thank y'all for having me on and whatnot. And I even asked Tony in my age, should I do it? Go ahead, go ahead and do your thing. Like, man, you know that ain't about me, but I appreciate y'all reaching out and wanting to do the interview and everything. So, thank you.
Thank you for
It
popping
was
out of
great, man. It was
your
great.
comfort zone and sitting down talking dogs with us, because it's a privilege
Yeah, I
to
appreciate
sit down
that.
with you.
Like I said, shout out to Bullet Versus, all the people that's involved in that. Most definitely with my family, because I wouldn't be where I'm at without any of them. Even my Bullet community family, because like I said, even when I do go, which is not often now, when I go to a show by myself, I got somebody there they pushing me just as hard as I'm pushing them. So I appreciate everybody tuning in.
Oh, absolutely. Well, thank you again, and go go keep the wife happy.
Oh yeah, I gotta go. She already went and laid down. She was
I
already
know, we watched it.
give
She
me that
walked back
devil
there
look.
like,
She already gave me that devil look. So yeah, mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy.
your spouse happy house, baby.
No, everybody happy with mama happy.
Yeah, no doubt.
I believe that.
All
Yeah.
right, man. Look, we'll see you at Pull Up and Shut Up in May for sure.
And yeah, we'll be there. That's right up the road. Actually, where Pull Up and Shut Up is, that's where I was for AKC, and they literally had the entire venue, and that's a big venue.
That is a big
Um,
venue.
Yeah.
they had the entire thing. So I think last year it was just under 1,000 dogs total. I'm not sure how many was that this year, but it was just under 1,000 dogs last year.
Criminy.
So, but you got to think, they're doing rally, they're doing scent work, obedience work, confirmation.
Yeah. Yeah.
They
Lure
doing
coursing. Yeah.
dot diving. They doing all of that stuff right there. So that's why that show is like 6 or 7 days long.
For thousands of
Man.
dollars. Same. But man, I'm looking forward to seeing you in May then. That's awesome. And probably hopefully seeing you at a show before then too. But otherwise definitely see you in May.
All right, thank y'all.
All right, man. Y'all have a good night.
All right, later.
Bye, gentlemen.